Hey there everybody, Eric from Outer Limitless coming at you today with another video. Now in today's video we are going to look at this Acebeam E70 EDC flashlight, which for me is the nicest flashlight I think I've owned. And well, how many flashlights have I owned? Well, just to give you an example, my current flashlights, and these are just the ones I have right now, and not even all of them. This is some of them. This is some of them. Not to mention like lanterns and headlamps and things like that. And so for me to say that this Acebeam E70 is the nicest flashlight I have is definitely saying something. Now, there are a few things about this that I definitely have some critiques, but at the same time, a fantastically brilliant, beautiful, extremely well made, and I'm gonna say like super high-end flashlight. This Acebeam E70 is just beautiful. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna come back, we're gonna take a look at this in detail. I'm gonna give you some basic beam shots so you can see the overall quality, maybe compare this to a couple other flashlights that you may be a little more familiar with and see where this might fit for you. But for me, it's an absolutely brilliant flashlight, absolutely gorgeous, and I love it. So with that said, I have a whole bunch to do and a whole bunch to share with you, and if you're interested in seeing a little bit more about what I'm about to get into, do me a favor, stay tuned. And so here, the Acebeam E70, which is just one of the most magnificent flashlights I have been able to own at this point. Now, I did buy this. Acebeam did me a solid. They gave me a discount, which I appreciate. So thank you very much to the people at Acebeam for that discount. But I did buy this, I believe, in Acebeam. I mean, they really caught me by surprise. I had never seen any of their products. I mean, maybe in passing, but never really took them all too seriously, to be honest with you. But after seeing the quality and their overall just presentation, the absolute gorgeous manufacturing, this is just a joy. So I've been carrying this now maybe for about 3 weeks as a literal everyday carry flashlight, and I have to say I do greatly like it. Now, the first thing I like, the overall size. This is definitely larger than your typical like 18650 style battery, where if you look here, this is a Sofern SP31. This is the version 2.0. I covered this in a previous review. So this using an 18650 battery, but the Acebeam E70, well, this uses a 21700, so a larger battery. As we take a look at it here, unthreading the head, and that's how this actually comes off. You do not unthread the tail cap, but rather the head. Now you can see here a fairly large battery. I mean, pretty good size overall, 5100 milliamp hours. And again, this is a 21700. And comparing the battery against your 18650, well, you can definitely see the difference. So going from 3000 milliamp hours to 5100, that's going to be a big deal for a few reasons. One, runtime, and two, output and throw, just good quality power. Now what you might notice is this is a USB Type-C rechargeable battery. So you do plug this in directly into the battery, which if you take a look here, you can see this does have a red LED, and this will change color when it's complete. So basically, this having the integrated LED and charging capabilities right in the battery, now that's going to be hit or miss for some people. If you look at the actual body of the flashlight, well, this does not have a USB charging port, literally directly on the battery. Now, this will be interesting to see how it performs over time. Am I concerned about the battery? No, but there are a few things about really threading your caps on and off over and over and over again. Now, I have found that sometimes over time, you will end up with a little bit of an issue with some of your internal threads. So deep inside here, there's often internal threads, and sometimes this mechanism here can loosen up and then cause some connectivity problems. We'll see how this is over time, but in the meantime, this being very nice, good quality threads, nicely lubricated, gasketed, everything you're looking for in a good high quality product, working very well. Now you can see here, this clip is fantastic. The perfect balance between, I would say, like a standard ride and a deep ride. Has good pocket clearance, slips into the pocket with ease, and I greatly like it. Now I have bashed and smashed and caught this a ton of times. I mean, every day, multiple times. And it's still perfect and straight. You can see a little bit of wobble there, but it's got just a little give. Not a big deal, but it has not bent, has not broken, no issue at all. So that's working out very well. The cutouts in the body here, fantastic. I mean, absolutely beautiful. That nice blue popping through, just looking really, really cool. I love the way this looks. I think they could probably get away with a number of different colors for different people and what they like. I would really love to see this in a number of different offerings, not just blue. I think red would be really cool, yellow, toxic green would be like a fan favorite for me. I would absolutely love something in like a toxic green. I think would look really cool. And then just the way they've milled out the patterns in the head, wonderful. Sort of knurling here, really cool, looking really good. Now the bezel being just a little bit aggressive, not that that's a full strike bezel, but it's kind of leaning in that direction. The beam, absolutely fantastic. You'll notice a nice quality orange peel. This is going to be a real nice throw, but also very floody and even and just fantastic with that monstrous LED in the middle. The beam quality on this is fantastic. So we'll go out in a little bit and I'll show you. Now, something else that I greatly like is the way they made this tail cap. You'll notice that it's sort of a little bit recessed, just a little bit on the button, but everything else sitting a little bit proud and allowing this to tail stand very, very simple. I mean, really not a problem. Tail standing with ease. Now, one thing that this is not, which I wish it was, is magnetic. If this was a magnetic tail cap, that would absolutely just completely make this literally just about perfect. And I have to say this is close. I do greatly like the operation. I do greatly like the way this feels in my hand. I don't mind that this is substantial. It still kind of melts away in my pocket very nicely. Now, if you're somebody that doesn't like a lot of stuff in your pockets, you might not like this. I carry tons of crap in my pockets. So to have a slightly larger flashlight that's this beautiful, this well made, and has such a nice beam pattern, I really don't care. This to me is a fantastic EDC flashlight, and I have greatly enjoyed it. So overall, fit and finish, general features, wonderful. Just really, really well done. Very, very nice. And at this point, let's go through some of the packaging. So this came well wrapped up. It came in this box. A lot of, basic stuff in here. Again, very well done. You can see nice foam interior, just a nice little magnetic closure, paying attention to the details. Now, you've probably heard me say this a million times. I don't care about packaging too much, but when they're paying attention to the package, you know they're paying attention to the product inside. And that's definitely the case here with Acebeam. So again, my user's manual, a wonderful little soft pouch. Now, will I keep my flashlight in here? No, but a little velvet lined pouch. I use these for a ton of different things. Camera batteries, small little knickknacks. This is a good part of an EDC kit, so to come with this is actually kind of cool, and I will definitely put this to good use. I have about 1 million flashlight lanyards, none of which have really ever been used, but here, a lanyard, your typical spare O-rings, and inside, down the bottom here, you end up with just some of your basics, warnings, some different battery information. Here you have a service card, and a warranty card. So overall, pretty good. Now, to be completely honest, I can't really remember if this came with a USB Type-C charging cable. I definitely think it may have. I know this is not the one it came with. It may have come with a cable. I probably took it out. That's my bad. It's been a few weeks now, and that's just a detail that, quite honestly, I sort of forget. But other than that, I mean, charging up very nicely. And so far, I have actually only charged this the very first time, and I can tell you I literally use this every single day. I mean, literally every single day. And so at this point, taking a look at the Acebeam E70 against some other things we've looked at in the past. Well, here, this is the Nitecore TM9K. So you can see in terms of the overall size, not quite as big in diameter on the head, but very similar in length. The Olight Warrior Mini 2, Olight Freyer, and here the WowTac A5. So all in all, you can see the Acebeam here not being the largest, not being the smallest, but right in there with a number of other lights that I have used for similar EDC purposes. And in terms of the overall quality and just the craftsmanship, I mean, Olight doing a fantastic job. Don't get me wrong. Both companies doing a wonderful job. But just some of the little details on this Acebeam, I mean, just so incredibly nicely done. I mean, you really can't go wrong with either brand. But I think just for me, having never seen an Acebeam product and then getting this E70 in my hands, I am absolutely thrilled. And so now out here, just going to run you through the modes, a long press. And this is going to turn on in the 1 lumen moonlight mode. Now it's not going to do anything to illuminate on the ground. You really can't see anything. But holding out my hand here, you can see that's going to do a perfect job for reading. And the one thing you'll notice is it's not really a cool beam, and maybe a little bit warmer than neutral. Very nice output here. It's actually surprising they call this 1 lumen. It looks to be just a touch more than that, but in my opinion, the perfect amount of light and very even, perfect for reading. Now a long press, that's 50 lumen output, and you can see here, starting to illuminate out in front of me. Again, very even. This is perfect for general navigation, getting around, no problem at all. And the fact is, this beam is wide enough and even enough that it's not like it's going to leave you with any sort of tunnel vision, and you can illuminate off into the distance perfectly. It actually casts a nice beam, and even though it's not all that bright, it's illuminating all the way to the end of my property, and I can actually see. So this here is going to have a great battery life, but also be more than enough light for general navigation. Long press. This is medium mode number 1. Now this is 180 lumens. Again, more than enough light and really starting to light things up. Very even. You can see a good quality floody light off into the distance. There is a little bit of a secondary ring, so there is a little bit of a hot spot and then a bit of a secondary ring of light, but generally speaking, very even. A long press, this is medium 2. So this is 650 lumens. Now you can see the beam quality here really starting to brighten things up. More than enough light to do pretty much anything. This is starting to really throw off into the distance and allow me to illuminate a big wide area and very high. You can see the big tall trees there. That tree there is probably at least 60 feet tall and illuminating that with ease. Another long press. This is the high mode. This is 1300 lumens. Again, doing a great job illuminating completely, getting very hot. Now, not too much in the way of a hot spot in the middle, but again, just an overall nice beam pattern, very even, and really starting to illuminate. Now from here, a double press. This is 4600 lumens. So really super bright, and I really don't want to light up the entire neighbor's house, but we'll do it just for a second, and you can see there, insanely bright. Triple press. and that's going to be your strobe. And with that, we're out. And so all in all, the operation on this flashlight is great. Right on the tail cap, very easy. Again, long press, here you can see, goes right into that moonlight mode. Now, the one thing that kind of, it's okay, I don't blame Acebeam for this, but to actually get into the main mode, you have to double press. And it's kind of like a safety where if you single press, the light's not going to do anything. So a single press, again, nothing. Single press, nothing. Double press, well, now you're in. And you can see sometimes, if you're not careful and very distinct, you need to be like the perfect speed. Otherwise, it won't turn on. So that's a little hit or miss. Do I like the fact that I have to double press and get into it? It's okay. The nice thing is I can really dial in that sort of intermediate mode. So I'll probably go maybe low. So not on the moonlight, and maybe not on low 1, but maybe low 2, roughly in that 180 lumen mark. And that's going to be my main sort of beam. Long press, moonlight. So moonlight mode, off, double press. That's going to be your 180 low mode. You need to then double press again, and that's the turbo. So, I mean, press it off. Again, double press, low, double press, turbo. You can double press again, and it's going to go back into that low mode. So, the features and the functionality and the programming, pretty good. I mean, not perfect, but pretty good. And actually, I have not accidentally turned this light on in my pocket yet. And that's the point. And have I turned lights on in my pocket all the time with my other flashlights? Absolutely. So this does take a little getting used to. I find most of the time, actually, what I end up doing is literally long pressing, getting into that moonlight mode, and then I kind of long press and go through the different modes until I'm happy, turn the light off, go on my way. Next time I take the light out, long press. Now I'm in the moonlight mode, long press again, go to where I'm happy, do my business, turn it off. Now, that's just getting used to this. Again, could I just double press now and get right into that mode? Sure. It's just not what I'm used to. I'm actually more used to long pressing and getting into a mode than I am sort of double clicking. To me, the double press is oftentimes getting you into turbo, so it takes a little getting used to double press and then double press again to get into turbo. It's okay. I don't mind it. And for something that's actually this nice, it's worth getting used to it. So all in all, the Acebeam E70, I'm a big fan. I can definitely say I recommend this. And if this is an indication of the rest of Acebeam products, I cannot wait to see what else they have in store. So all right, guys, thanks for stopping by. I hope you like what you saw. I hope you found it a little bit informative. If you like what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for stopping by. Take care now. I'll see you soon.